everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica, and today I need your help again. I already did one of these videos for my nail polish, getting your guys' opinion on what I should be trying to pan next year, and today I need some help with some eyeshadows. I would like to get a lot of help actually, because there's some things that I want to do. Let me tell you about my goals for next year first. I am probably not going to be doing the 100 eyeshadows challenge again next year. Whether I hit that goal or not this year, I kind of want to switch my focus a little bit and get more products used up all around, not just my eyeshadows. But I'm also doing a monetary challenge for next year, and I want to try to do the $5,000 again. I've done it once so far, and I was actually successful when I did it. I can't believe that I actually did it. I want to do it again next year. I've noticed my collection has been getting bigger in size, and I kind of want to, like, the monetary value is getting bigger in size. And a lot of that is due to PR, but I kind of want to not have that kind of value here. I want to get some stuff used up, and this is where you guys come in. So now that you know what my goals are for next year, and if you want to join in that challenge, let me know. I can do like a little spreadsheet of everyone that's going to join me in that. So if you're doing it with me and you want people to be able to find you, I'll have a list. So just let me know on that. Let's get into this. First and foremost, I'm going to start with my smaller palettes because I decided that I'm going to be joining Paula for next year. Y'all know Paula, a beauty guru made me do it. Everyone knows Paula. She does mini pan that palette, and I've decided that I'm going to join her because doing 2 pan that palettes this year wasn't enough. I need to try to do even more next year because I'm crazy. So the rules, because I had to ask what the specific rules were, it's basically any palette that's 5 shadows or less. So basically a duo up to a quint. And I've pulled ones that I could potentially put into that category. So I'm going to start with my duo. That is Pacifica, and this is the Natural Beauty Duo 2. Apparently there's a Duo 1 out there. It is, it's pretty simple. Not my favorite color on the purple scale, but because it's like that gray purple, which Amanda would call dead purple. But it's not really bad. And then this one is kind of like a white gold, which is really pretty. I could easily use that one. So that is like my first potential for mini pan that palette. I have the Ever Neutral Hema palette. This is Be a Natural. It is a nude eyeshadow palette. I'm going to try not to blind you. Doesn't have much usage, but it is very, very versatile. And 5 shadows, 5 very big shadows. That might be a concern, is the size of those shadows, but the neutrality of them, you know, that is definitely to its benefit. I have this Depotted Quad. It is from Be a Bombshell. You've seen this shade before in Pie, but this is what the quad looks like all by itself. So that is definitely one of my contenders for a mini pan that palette next year. Tried to throw it. It's okay, I saved it. And then the Too Hot Colourpop. This is a quint. Let me get this out of here. Let me open it up because the glare on the plastic. That is what that looks like. It is basically only a couple of shadows have been swatched. Otherwise brand new from my fairly recent Colourpop haul. Those are not going to be easy shades to do, but you know, it is definitely a contender for my mini pan that palette. So not a ton of stuff on the mini pan that palette because I don't have a lot of really small palettes left. I used a lot of them. So this Colourpop, Hema, Pacifica, or the Be a Bombshell Quad. Let me know which one you think I should do for mini pan that palette with Paula. All right, now I'm going to pull out my palettes that are definite contenders for pan that palette next year. I am most likely going to be doing what I did this year and do 2 pan that palettes. One with the Fantastic Ladies doing the theme there, and one just on my own because That's how I roll. If I can get 2, maybe 3 palettes out in a year, 3 being like maybe a duo or a quad or a quint or something like that, that would make me very, very happy. Even if I don't finish them all, making very good progress on them would make me happy. So with that being said, let me show you what I've got. I've got a few e.l.f. palettes here. This is the Prism eyeshadow palette. This was the smoke one. This one is beat up, which is part of why I want it out. I was in a depotting kick a few years ago, probably like 2 to 3 years ago, and I thought, in my infinite wisdom, I'm going to depot this. As you can see, this shadow is gone. There's no pan there. I didn't know that when I first started doing this. So like I popped this all out and then I started to try to pop the pans out, but there's no pans. So now it's just awkward looking. It's a mess. It is an absolute mess. I also have 2 e.l.f. baked eyeshadow palettes. They're thick and very bulky. This is the Seattle palette, which has lots of purples. I do have some carryover purples in 50 Shades of Purple, so I'm trying to keep that in the back of my mind. And this one is the California palette. I have to open it carefully because a few of the shadows busted, which is part of the reason why I kind of want to pan this one too, because you can see there's some loose stuff going on in there. It's definitely on the thick side and broken and busted, so that's awkward. Let's see. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised by this. This is my Coastal Scents 88 palette. I've been working on it for a while. And in theory, I kind of would like to finish this because it would be nice to get something out that I've been working on for a while. But, and I'd love your opinions. This is all that's left in it. Greens and blues and 1 black. And that is not super inspiring to me as a pan palette to have all that blue and green and 1 black shadow. I kind of want this palette done, but I don't know if I want to work on greens and blues and black all year long. So that's a thought. It's a thought. I'm kind of on the fence about that one. I don't know. All right, I've got this one. The name bothers me. If it's pronounced mange, which is how I would pronounce it, that does not sound very appealing. There's 18 shadows originally in this. I have used up 2 of them. The others are basically just swatched, but that would be a really easy palette to finish and get done. The colors are pretty, and the formula is not really that bad, but it's like it's a cheap palette. I don't know. All right, let me get the rest of these here. I've got this BH Cosmetics Walden Free palette. I really like this palette a whole lot, but it's all baked shimmers, which, could present a problem. They're all very, very pretty. They're all very pigmented, but baked shadows can take a while, much like the e.l.f. palettes. They could take a while, but we'll see. And because I'm considering doing baked products, that's another reason why I don't even want to entertain doing 100 eyeshadows next year. If I don't do it this year, I've tried it twice. Of course, neither year was all that great, but it is what it is. I also have this Bobbi Brown. This is the Luxe Metal Rose eyeshadow palette. It is so super pretty. It is definitely on the newer side to my collection, but look at those. And like the shimmers, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. They're very reminiscent of like a Super Shock shadow. I apologize for the glare. So they're really nice, and it's just a really lovely palette, good color story, but it is, like I said, it is newer to my collection. So do I want to pan something that I just got this year? Or no, I don't know. This is a contender. This is the Abh Sultry Palette. Hardly used. I mean, I've used a few of the shades a few times, but not a ton of usage on this. And part of the reason I would consider this one is because I actually have the Alter Ego Temptress palette, which is the dupe of this. But I kind of want to use the like the higher end one first. That would be my priority over like the dupe palette. So do I really need 2 of these in my collection? Probably not. And then my last 2 are both Too Faced, and neither one of them is going to be easy, but the first one is Chocolate Bar. Tons of people have panned this over the last few years. Mine is barely touched, which is crazy. It is such a pretty palette. I really need to touch this some more. So, and it still smells good. It smells like hot chocolate to me. And then, of course, the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette. This one definitely got a lot of use, and I have 2 finished shadows in it. I have been working on a few of the other shades in here. This one could take me definitely all year, but again, it's got pan in most of the shades. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without pan, but everything else has pan, and again, 2 finished. So, and I have a feeling that Gumdrop is going to have pan very, very soon in that one. So those are my palettes for potential Pan That palettes next year. Again, I'm probably going to end up doing 3 Pan That palettes, which is, it's a bit nuts to do that, but I never said I was sane. Mini Pan That palette and potentially 2 regular Pan That palettes, one in conjunction with Fantastic Ladies, one just cause. And then there's singles. Whatever Pan That palettes I pick, I want to have singles that coordinate. So you will notice a theme. There are a few colors in here, but I did pull a lot of neutrals just to be on the safe side. So start with my magnetic palette. These are some of the shades that I pulled. Definitely some neutrals, easy to use shades in here. But then of course I do have some color, and you know, those are potentials. I have a lot of Coastal Scents Hot Pots in here. Some Coastal Scents Mica Pigments down here. So, and a bunch of things with pan, which is, you know, always nice. Let's see, I have bunches of singles over here. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3 Colourpop Super Shock Shadows. These have not been used, but they came shattered. These 2 in the yellow, and then this one, it is In Harmony, is like the gold, yellow gold. This one is Flower Child. And then I believe this is Ritz. That one is super duper pretty. Those would make good toppers for just about anything, or coordinate with. I put 2 Jelly Much. I have Mojave Moves and then Sage Bundle. Those are good topper shades for whatever palette I'm going to end up with. This one I've been wanting to pan for a while. This is Stila, and this is Golden Topaz. It is so pretty. Kind of like that, and I kind of want to play with that one a little bit. And it is definitely on the sheer side, so it can be used as a topper, which I think that would be really pretty over a lot of stuff. It definitely has like a glittery sheen to it, which is nice. This one I found in my travels of cleaning up downstairs. This is Avon Sweet Dreams. It is so old, and I kind of would like to get that one used up. So that's a potential. And then I have a bunch of loose stuff. These are all Bare Minerals shadows. Sundress is the yellow. Luster is the very neutral one. And then Oasis is more of a green shade, like an olivey green shade. And then I have a bunch of shades from Coastal Scents. These are all mica pigments. So those are potentials. And then last but certainly not least, I have 3 eyeshadow sticks. I have this one from Bobbi Brown in Shore. It is definitely a kind of a matte shade. You can see the color right there. And then I have 2 from Colourpop. They're very similar, but not the same. One is like a gold, and one is more of like a goldenrod mustard shade. Almost bordering on orange with that one. So those are fairly new to my collection, but I'm like learning that I really like cream eyeshadows. Eyeshadow sticks, Super Shocks, Jelly Much. I'm learning that I really like those. And I think they work well with powdered products, at least in my routine. So that's why I'm potentially thinking about doing some eyeshadow sticks as well. There's tons of other eyeshadows in my collection. I have way too much. So, you know, I'm all ears. I'm open to suggestions for what you guys think I should pan next year. I will weigh like everyone's comments and points and tips and everything else and try to figure out what I'm going to pan next year as far as eyeshadow. If there's shades here or palettes that you know I own and you think I should work on those, let me know down there, because again, I'm going to take everything into consideration and see what I come up with. And yeah, potentially 3 pan out palettes. So wish me luck and definitely give me your opinions down below. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until I see you on my next video, have a beautiful day.